Welcome to my comedy special. So I am doing this because I am very bored, but also I would like to raise some money for the people affected by this, the people who've been laid off and aren't able to work here at the Comedy Underground. So what can you expect? This is a completely clean comedy special. I will not be talking about the coronavirus. I will not be talking politics. There will be no sex. There will be no religion. There is one innuendo a little bit after I say I'm a poor person, where my poor people at. There's one kind of in that cut right there. But honestly, this is extraordinarily tame. I did that very specifically so that you guys could watch this. I hope you guys enjoy what I put together. Well, without further ado, here's my comedy special. Bert, get up. You're on in 5 minutes. And you have a lot of stuff to do. Fine. Do all this stuff. Yeah, you'll be a comedian or whatever. I don't know. Fine. Robert, got time for a quick game of pool? I don't know if I'm gonna have time. I really gotta go. Come on, just the one time? All right, but I'm gonna break. I don't have time. You win! Now I gotta get downstairs. I got a show to start, and I gotta check on the bar. I gotta check on the kitchen. I don't even know what's going on right now. Let's go. Robert, you ready for tonight? You've got all the alcohol stocked, everything's clean, and the POS system isn't gonna go down in the middle of the show, right? Probably not. That's good enough for me. I'm gonna go check on the kitchen, see if they're doing okay. Hey guys, everything good in here? Oh, you're ruining it! Okay. I'm just gonna go check on the ticket counter then. That was a little bit much. I hope they're doing okay in there, but I've got other stuff to worry about. Hey Robert, I have a quick question for you. We're all sold out right now, and we have a customer. What do you want me to do? I mean, we are already sold out, and I'm so sorry, but you know what? Here's a ticket for you to come back. Please come back and see us sometime. I'm sorry tonight was sold out. That's totally cool, man. I hope you have a good one. Cool, I'm just gonna head on down then. Let's do this thing. Oh, hey, man, what's going on? You gonna kill it tonight, Robert? You know I always do, man. You know I always do. Let's see if this happens. Hey, Robert. Yeah? Don't screw this up. Okay, I'll try not to. Your next comic coming to the stage is very funny. Everyone give a warm welcome to Robert Pitty, everybody. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really, thank you. I haven't even gotten to the microphone yet. That is so nice of you. That is so nice. Okay. Okay, thank you. The louder that you guys go, the harder it is gonna be to live up to those expectations. I want you to know that. Thank you. It isn't. I want to start. Why is there a kid here? Why is there a child in the audience? That is the first question. And you are clearly adopted. You are very clearly adopted. What is going on right now? And okay, I appreciate they sat to the tall people in the back. That was cool of them. But even still, I don't understand, why is this going on right now? Why is this happening? It is a 21 and over club. How did you get in here? What is your name? Daniel. Your name is Daniel. Your name is Daniel. That is okay, sure. You were adopted. Your name is Daniel. You were adopted. I don't need this microphone right now. Clearly, I don't need this microphone for this bit at this moment. I'm not sure what to do right now.
I have not, this is my first comedy special, clearly. I have not sold this out. You can see there are clearly seats still available in my hometown, in my home club. This happens. I still want to start this show on a good note. We're gonna do this. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how this goes. All right. I am very surprised. Did I lose some of you? I lost a couple of you. I'm going to get right back into it. Let's do this thing. Starting material. I am going to start this thing up in a weird way. It is nice to be here, and it's nice to be standing. And I know that's a weird way to start off a stand-up comedy set, but I was actually hit by an industrial tow truck at 60 miles an hour 2 months ago. I was in a car. Let me be clear. I was in a car. Otherwise, this would be a very different stand-up set. Like, why is Superman doing stand-up right now? That would be very different. I agree with you. But I got nailed by an industrial tow truck at 60, nailed my passenger's side, and I think the thing I miss the most about getting hit by an industrial tow truck is everyone will just tell you, you're gonna need a tow truck. And so I just looked at the dude that hit me and I was like, I mean, you kind of owe me one right now. And he was like, actually, I can't tow you. This is an industrial tow truck. Your car is too small for me to tow. And I was like, are you telling me I had to get hit by a different tow truck to make this work out? I'm going to leave you guys a weird Yelp review, just like Ken's Towing. If they hit you, they won't tow your car. 3 stars. I don't feel comfortable giving them a 1 star. I didn't use the service. And so I got hit by a tow truck, and I was thinking about what is the optimal way to get hit by a tow truck? And I had a lot of time to think about it while I was on bed rest. And the best way to get hit by a tow truck is you want it to back up into you. That way it can just pull forward a little bit, hook you, and tow you away. That is the best way. And while you're at it, why not just rear-end me with an ambulance? Why don't you? I mean, T-bone me with a state trooper and a fire truck. Let's make this a full 911 special. Let's do this thing right. And so I had a concussion. I had a concussion for 3 weeks. And the worst part about having a concussion for 3 weeks, didn't realize I had a concussion for 3 whole weeks. And I don't know what that says about me as a person. That I had a head injury, and my main thought was, nah, just a dumb week. Followed by another dumb week. Like, I was just on track for a stupid month. That's what I thought was going on. And I have those. I have those very consistently because I'm a stupid man. I'm a dumb boy. I am the type of person that I once locked my keys in my car twice on the same day in the same spot. And I know that the second call to AAA is the worst. Because I got the same dude 2 times in a row. And I thought about hanging up just out of like embarrassment. But then I was like, nah, he already knows my stuff. Let's streamline this. Like, hey, Carlos, hope you had a good lunch break. I know standard rates apply. Ship it! And also, I figured out that I had a concussion in the dumbest way possible. I figured out in the dumbest way. And also, my mom, who's a registered nurse, did tell me I had a concussion, but that's not really part of this joke. She just really wants me to let you know that she told me. And I figured it out. This is how I figured it out. I was out snorkeling. Because that's the only exercise I'm allowed to do at this point. I'm not allowed to crane my neck at all to go swimming, and also I can't swim. That's pretty important. I never learned to swim. Mainly because I've always thought it's just cocky to swim. It is against nature to do that. Because I know how it works. Theoretically, I know how it works. But every time I go into the pool, it is a controlled drowning. I know you are supposed to take all of the air and blow it out into the water and then come up for more. But I'm supposed to just take everything that is keeping me alive at this point and blow it into the only thing that is indifferent towards killing me if I let it. That is crazy to me.
But now I've got the snorkel and I love this. Like, I'm just flipping the middle finger to Poseidon while I look like Scuba Steve. That is so nice. That is so nice at this point. And so I'm snorkeling in the pool, and this woman, she comes up to me and she's like, hey, I'm gonna be swimming laps right next to you. And I'm like, cool. Then I forgot because I had a concussion. And as she was coming towards me through the chlorinated mist, she emerged, and my first thought was, oh snap, there's a mermaid in here. That was my real first thought. And then I berated myself like, Robert, do you know the infrastructure and planning it would take to get a mermaid into this LA Fitness right now? You'd have to get a dump truck. You have to fill it with salt water. You'd have to change the salinity of the water in this pool from fresh water to salt water. And you'd have to fill it with gadgets and gizmos aplenty, and who's its and what's its galore. And thingamabobs? At least 20. But she won't care. She'll want more. Plus, you know that your membership rate is gonna go up the second a mythological creature is introduced to the ecosystem. You're not getting in there at a family plan at $30. No, you're getting Disney prorated for sure. And you'd have gotten an email letting you know that was gonna happen. Like, hey, there's a mermaid coming, and hey, there's a mermaid here. Or ahoy, depending on how they want to word that. Either way, that's probably going to your spam filter. You didn't see it. That's fair. But even still, there would have been a sign just in the pool, around, just like right next to no lifeguard on duty. Hey, there are merfolk about. You just seen that. And I thought all of those things. She swam past me, and as she came back at me, my first thought was, oh snap, there's a mermaid in here. And that's when I realized I had a concussion. That was the exact moment. Yeah, thank you guys for being a part of that, me getting through that entire joke. It is very difficult. The toughest part about writing concussion material, remembering concussion material. That is absolutely true. Like, honestly, I wrote so many jokes where I'd be like, that's funny. I'd go to write it down. It would already be there. Like, I thought to tell you guys this part at least 3 times. Oh no! Are you okay? I don't think he's gonna make it. I'm gonna try CPR. It's not working! What do you want me to do with the body, Robert? Put it with the rest of them. May you rest in peace. Now that that's out of the way, it is nice to be here, and I'd like it to be noted, I'm actually sober. And I've been sober for a little over a year now. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I appreciate. Thank you so much. Honestly, I'm very happy you guys are making some noise right there. I'm very happy you guys are making some noise. I said that maybe a couple weeks ago, and I was met with dead silence. And somebody yelled out, "We don't like quitters." And someone else just yelled out, "What did you do?" And I was like, enough is the answer. Like, I was doing dumb stuff. Like, honestly, I wasn't a good drinker. I wasn't. Like, 2 drinks in, everyone gets to find out exactly how I think my high school wrestling career should have gone. And long story short, it went the way it should have. I was not good at that. I think you guys can tell that based on the swimming thing. Not good at coordinated activities. Never have been. Anyways, also, weird thing. The first person to congratulate me was actually our beer rep here. Like, when I'm not being a stand-up comedian, I typically work as the general manager of a comedy club. This one. And I had our beer rep come up to me with some samples, and he was like, "Hey, you want to try these?" And I was like, "Actually, no, I'm actually sober right now." And he was like, "Oh my God, that is so good for you." And I was like, "You can't say that." And he was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "'Cause you're Anheuser-Busch. You can't say that." And he was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "That would be like if I was on a diet and Krispy Kremes congratulated me.
Or if I started a small retail business and Amazon was like, good luck, there's no reason behind that. Like, it's a weird brand placement where it's just like, man, I sure hope that your sobriety is as cool and refreshing as the Rocky Mountains. That's weird. It's weird. That being said, I miss terrible alcohol. That's what I miss the most. And of all the things, I miss terrible alcohol. Like, I miss Prestige gin specifically. And most of you don't know what that is. And for good reason. It's been discontinued, and it should have been. Like, the fastest way to explain what Prestige gin was, $5 for a half gallon. That's what you had to know. Yeah, you could chase it with Purell. It would make it better. It wasn't a good drink, you guys. Like, my friends used to give them to me as penalty shots. They'd be like, Robert, you're making a lot of animal noises. It's weirding us all out. Penalty shot. Which, if you want me to quit making animal noises, don't give me the worst alcohol imaginable. Because that's exactly what you're going to get. Just a lot of... And I make animal noises whenever I'm feeling most emotions. Because I think the part of my brain that's connected to showing emotions is just a Fisher-Price see and say. I'm fairly certain on that. It's just like, Robert is sad. Robert is fed up. Robert is down with the sickness. Oh, wah! Or whatever you guys do. I don't know. I'm very happy you guys like that noise. I practiced that stupid ass noise for a long time to make that stupid ass noise. I wrote that joke before I could do that noise, you guys. That's true. I wrote that entire joke. The order of operations on this is weird. So I just spent all day long, a crazy man in my apartment, getting that wrong. Just like, oh, what? No, that's not how this goes. That's not how that works, even a little bit. Like, my dog hates that noise, you guys. She's never growled at me in her life, but the second I make that wah noise, she's just like, You need to go for a walk right now, and do not bother taking me. She's more of a Pantera fan, is what I'm saying. Anyways, and my cat's more into corn. It's a very, very differing musical taste amongst me and my animals. But either way. Also, I think you can tell based on that noise, I'm single right now. Yeah, I know what I did. It's good for you guys to laugh right there. It is. I am. I'm single right now, and it's going to get sad right now. It's going to get so sad right now. I cry all the time. And now I'm going to make it funny. Watch me do this. Like, I just got out of a relationship recently for this next joke to work. Yeah, I'll let that burn for just a little bit there. And honestly, I think the thing I miss the most about her, you guys, she used to live 5 minutes away from me. She was geographically attractive. It was so nice. Like, honestly, I would travel to the ends of the earth for love. But if she was right across the street, I'd prefer that. I think that's a fair thing. Like, they call it the girl next door, not the lady 3 bus transfers away, for a reason. There's a reason behind that. Like, they've even got that song. I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more. Change that to yards. That's where I'm at right now. I am 1,760 times less romantic than that song. I did the conversion for you guys. You're welcome. But also, I would like it to be noted, that band is Scottish. They knew kilometers. They chose miles for that song. Because we're the more romantic of the two systems. That's just proof right there. Because that would be a terrible song. I would walk 500 kilometers. That's a bad song. It was a good move on their part. Also be 804 kilometers if they wanted to keep the math the same. Did the math twice for you guys in this joke. Moving along. And so I'm single right now.
I'm single. I don't want to be. I don't want to be single even a little bit because I hate online dating. I hate it so much because I don't take good pictures. I know that about myself. I look a lot better when I'm animated. I know that on the inside. Like, honestly, I look a lot better when I'm moving around. And I don't understand why it's a standard that people who aren't moving is how we judge whether or not they're attractive. Like, honestly, I'm never going to date someone who can freeze time. When is this going to come up? Like, the second that I see that somebody has more than 100 pictures of themselves on Instagram, I'm like, I'm just going to swipe left and get this out of the way. Like, honestly, I'm a moving 7 and a still 4. I have to keep moving at all times, or else all of a sudden it gets a lot worse, and I know that. So I just gotta keep moving like a Street Fighter character, just bobbing and weaving. Like, I look like Ross from Friends and Nicolas Cage got together. Like, I could steal the Declaration of Independence while we were on a break. I understand that. That's where we're at right now. And I'm not saying I'm an unattractive person. That's not what I'm saying. I just know I'm attractive to a certain kind of person. Like, I'll have people who come up to me and be like, wow, you're beautiful. I'm like, nah, I'm suspicious. Like, am I attractive the way Beyonce is attractive to everyone? Or am I attractive the way Jay-Z is attractive to Beyonce? It's the second one. It's definitely the second one, and I am cool with that. I'm just looking for someone to put a ring on it. That's all I'm looking for right now. And also, let me just say, these jokes are not an invitation for anyone to come up to me after this set or during this special and tell me how attractive or unattractive you think I am. Other audiences have lost you guys that privilege. Yeah, I had a guy come up to me recently and he was like, hey man, I mean, you're not like that bad looking. And that is not a compliment. That is not a compliment. And him stuttering his way through it didn't make it better. Him stammering his way to saying, hey, you could be a 5. That's not cool. But it sure beat the other dude that came up to me and was like, way to win one for us uggos. I'm like, what the hell is even going on right now? This is the best I've ever looked at this point in my life. And I know I look like a Twinkie lumberjack or a Kirkland brand brawny guy. I understand that. Just know that if you ever see my face in a masculine role on a product, you're getting a deal. Just know that. Like, honestly, this is my prime. Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, every single person in here. Welcome to my prime. I'm surprised my hair didn't make it this far either. A lot of my hair did not make it. Yeah, it is going. It is going, and I have accepted that. I've accepted that my hair is going to leave me. And I don't care that much. I really don't. My hair doesn't mean a whole lot. Like most dudes, when they find out that they're going bald, they see their hairline recede every single haircut, and they treat it like it's a countdown to when they're going to have to develop a personality. Meanwhile, I'm just pretending there's a little farmer on top of my head whose land is going bad. Like, every day, the line just gets worse and worse. I'm like, you're going to have to move to the city pretty soon here. Like, every single person that tells me to put Rogaine on, I'm like, that is like dumping manure on bad soil. That is exactly what it is. I'm totally fine with what's going to happen to me. I mean, I am. I hope I am. I really hope I am. Like, honestly, I don't sell myself when it comes to dating. I don't. And my friends, they tell me, Robert, you're single right now. You're single right now, you gotta sell yourself. You gotta sell yourself, Robert. And I do sell myself. It's just that I like to list all the side effects of dating me when I do it. I like to give them a little infomercial like, have you been looking for love in all the wrong places? Maybe try dating Robert Pitty. Please do not date Pitty if you're pregnant or wish to become pregnant, as he's not into that at this time. Please do not date Pitty if you're petty, insecure, or jealous, or wish to become petty, insecure, or jealous, as he does care about you, but can't be around all the time, Sarah. Side effects may include waking up in the middle of the night because his cat decided to cuddle with him, waking up in the middle of the night because he decided to cuddle with his cat, waking up and not having access to the entire right side of the bed because that's where she sleeps. Yeah, she's a good cat.
This has been Dating Robert Pitty. Good luck. And I put that as my Tinder profile and not one match at this point. Do they understand how many Lipitor commercials I had to watch to get that down at this point? It's disrespectful. I watched a few Cialis commercials too. Lots of people holding hands in bathtubs. It's cool. I understand it. I am very committed to my jokes. That is clear. And this is another reason why I don't want to be single at this point. I am such a vanilla human being. You can tell that based solely on that commercial. I am so vanilla. I'm so plain. Like, honestly, people say I'd rather be someone's shot of whiskey than everybody's cup of tea. And I'm just out here like, I think I might be someone's LaCroix. I'm pretty sure, like, if I'm at a picnic, someone will take a shot at me. That's what I'm saying. If I'm geographically attractive enough. Like, LaCroix tastes like people screwed up ordering product. Like, it tastes like someone was just in there like, oh man, we've got 10,000 gallons of soda water and 3 limes. What are we gonna do right now? I mean, I guess just throw them in there. We're probably all getting fired anyway. It doesn't really matter. Oh my God, that sounds so good. I would love a LaCroix right now. Do you want me to go get you a LaCroix right now? Oh my God, that would be so nice. Thank you. I mean, I'm kind of in the middle of doing my stand-up special. Seems a little weird. And also, I don't think they really have LaCroix here. Oh, that's too bad. I think I'll take a vodka cran then. Do you want that with Tito's instead of, well? Oh my God, how did you know? I just had a hunch, I guess. All right, guys, I guess I'll be back in just a second here. Guess I'm gonna go get her a quick thing, I guess. Oh, look. Like a crayon. Sorry, guys. I'm just gonna go get her this real quick. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go get her this. Yeah, okay. Oh my God, thank you so much. This is so nice. I appreciate you. Okay, is there like anything else I can get you right now? Really, there's like just one thing. If I could get like some extra napkins, that would be the best. You want some extra napkins for vodka crayon? I hate to be that person, but I really would. Alright, I guess I'll go get you some extra napkins. Here you go. Oh my God, that was so nice of you. Thank you so much. You can go back to your little show now. Alright, I guess I'll go back to doing that. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna hop right back on, I guess, and get into this. Well, here we go. I am a poor person. Where are my poor people at? Thank you guys for making some noise right there. I appreciate that so much. Because otherwise it is awkward if I was just alone on that one. That would be awkward for all of us, where it's just like, none of us are like you. Now dance for us, peasant. That would be a weird moment for me. I appreciate the fact that some of you made some noise right there. Appreciate it, because when people don't, I have to look at them and be like, oh, you CEOs are about to get some perspective. Let's do this thing. Like, I'm so poor at this point in my life. Whenever I hear gunshots in my neighborhood, I'm just like, sweet, rent's not going up this month. Fantastic. I'm the one shooting them off, to be honest with you guys. My landlord hates me so much. He's just like, damn you, Robert. I'm like, suck it, Craig. You fix my refrigerator, this will quit happening. Like, I'm so poor at this point in my life. I have roll-down windows in my car. Yeah, it's a 2014. I didn't know they still made cars where you had to manually roll down the windows. I didn't know that. Like, I got stopped by a police officer recently, and he said, "Sir, would you please roll down your windows?" And he did this motion to sign to me to roll down my windows. And I rolled down my windows, and he said, "You still have those?" And I had to be like, "Yeah, because things aren't going great." In fact, I have to say that every single time I roll them down, otherwise they won't. It's just like things aren't going that good. I have to do that every single time. I have to do my passenger side window too. They can't do themselves. I have to be like, their life isn't great either because they know me. I have to do that every single time. It's a loose window. I should really get fixed. And I know these jokes sound weird coming from me. Like, it's weird to see a trust fund face with a Value Village heart. But that's what's going on right now, and I am speaking my truth. Like, honestly, the closest thing I get to splurging is every 2 weeks I have a hot chocolate. That's my thing. I get a hot chocolate for $3 from my barista. That is my favorite thing. And I got curious recently. I decided to go to a Bikini Barista recently for research. Like, I wanted to know, do blatantly busty boobs bolster business? This was my quest. I wanted to know. Because I don't have a sign on the side of the road or anything. There's no pricing. There's no pricing. You just walk up and you just find out. And I walk up to them, and I found out they were just like $9 for a hot chocolate. And I was like, I do not have $9 for a hot chocolate. And you should have known that when I rolled down my windows. You should have known that. You shouldn't have been asking me, what can I get started for? You should have been like, are you lost? Where are you trying to get to right now? That's what you should have said. Like, honestly, I found out I'm saving a 300% markup every single time I go to my barista and just use my imagination. The dude doesn't even mind me doing it. He's like, it's very savvy what you're doing right now, Robert. I'm like, thanks, Greg. Appreciate that. Like, I think they should open a Bikini Barista in the airport. They would be able to sell drinks at $27 million per drink. Landing Strip Cafe, it writes itself. That is so over the plate. This is why Virgin Airlines went out of business. That's all I'm saying. I am a visionary. And I know that this is a very glorious life you see before you. Stand-up comedy, and it's been like this the whole time. Never haven't sold out a single show ever, and they've all gone great. That's absolutely true. But when I first started out being a stand-up comedian, I also used to work as a Lyft driver. And my favorite night I ever had working as a Lyft driver was one night. There was a woman that came out of a place called Q Nightclub. And she got in the car and said, I need to go to Q Nightclub. And I told her, we're at Q Nightclub. And then she turned around and looked, got out of the car and said, thanks. And then just walked back into Q Nightclub. It was such an awkward interaction, and it happened so quickly. I didn't know whether it really happened or not. Until the next day when I got back my electronic report, and sure enough, I had a ride. It lasted 1 minute long. We went 0 miles. It cost her $4. And she left a $2 tip for that minor amount of information. And it's really just sad because I know I'll never have a better customer than that, as long as I work anywhere. One night around Christmas time, I had a woman get in the car and somebody yelled out to her, Merry Christmas! And she said back, oh, see. So I didn't think that she understood, so when she got in the car, I said, Feliz cumpleaños. which doesn't mean Merry Christmas. It means Happy Birthday. But this is what getting a C+ in Spanish class 2 years in a row is gonna get you. So we sat in awkward silence for about 3 minutes until eventually she just turned to me and said, "How did you know it was my birthday?" What are the odds? 1 in 365, but what are the odds? Did the math 3 times for you guys in this set. Move it along. My favorite thing to do as a Lyft driver is every once in a while, I would get cut off by somebody, but they would end up side by side at the same stoplight as the person that just cut me off. It's a very awkward interaction. In a lot of situations, people would just flip that person off. Not me. I prefer to teach them a lesson by rolling down the window, turning to them as slowly as I possibly can, making the scariest face I can, and screaming at them like a pterodactyl. Just like... Because what do you want that dude to learn? That he should go home and have sex with himself? Or that monsters are real? And they only come out during traffic infractions. This is a cool crowd. You guys listen to that entire joke to get to the pterodactyl noise at the end. That is not always a given for me. I have been doing that joke a long time, and every once in a while, people won't be listening to the premise of that joke. And then I'm just a man pterodactyl noising with no context, and I have to stare at them like they're the weird ones. It's a hard situation is all I'm saying. And I practiced that pterodactyl noise, obviously, for a long time to do that pterodactyl noise. And I recommend everybody in here do the same. People on the street will leave you alone if you are practicing a pterodactyl noise. You are the alpha crazy in that situation 100% of the time. They may even ask you if you need change. It's just a good move all the way around. Like, honestly, my favorite people to do that to, come at me with a clipboard. See what happens. I've had guys come up to me like, "Sir, we would like you to read it." Yeah. But sir, if you would just... Man, we are never getting this prehistoric museum built. There's nowhere to go at the end of that joke. There really isn't. That's true. Thank you guys so much for applauding right there. I really appreciate it. If you don't, it's just dead silent, and there's no real good way to move on. Yeah, I gotta say, that joke is a lot about commitment. You have no idea how freaking stupid it looks on paper. Yeah, just do pterodactyl noise here. Okay, sure. It's really about commitment. Appreciate you guys.
I don't like what jokes he picked. I think I'm gonna heckle him. Hey, you suck! What was that, Mom? You heard me, Robert. You suck! That's pretty hurtful, Mom. I really didn't expect this during my stand-up special. Maybe if you'd put a little more thought into this, I wouldn't be heckling you right now, Robert. I'm just letting you know that you're not doing a very good job, and you should work on it. Is all I'm saying. That's all I need to say. That is very hurtful, Mom, and I'm sorry, but if you don't quit heckling me, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave or have you removed. I'm so sorry. You would try to get me removed. You're the worst. And I don't even want to be here anymore. No, get your arms off of me. I'll go on my own.
I don't understand, Robert. I don't even understand the jokes you chose. Everyone knows that women wear swim caps when they're in the pool, so why would you even thought she looked like a mermaid? It doesn't make sense. And you're single. You're single because you don't try, Robert. You wanted to be funny. You're funny now. I want grandchildren, and they're never coming. They're never coming, and it's never gonna happen. I don't understand why he has to be like this. He's not even doing the Seinfeld joke. It's the one everyone's gonna remember anyways. It's stupid. Hey, Mom, I know you're getting thrown out, but can you hold up? Because you're also, like, my ride later. So, like, I hope you sober up for that. You're gone. Okay, that's fine. It is what it is. Okay. By the way, I know about the Seinfeld thing. I'm very aware that I look, okay, for those of you who haven't put it together, I look a little bit like Seinfeld, and I can sound like him from time to time. I understand that, and I can sound a lot more like him, for sure. Like, I can do a Jerry Seinfeld impression. Oh yeah, you think for a moment I can't do a Jerry Seinfeld impression. What's the deal with doing a Jerry Seinfeld impression? What is the deal? The worst part about doing a Jerry Seinfeld impression is now I have to listen to your guys's Jerry Seinfeld impression. And everyone wants to go so high with it. I'm like, drop the tone. This is where it lives. I have been compared to Seinfeld. It's fun when I switch between the two, isn't it? I have been compared to Seinfeld my entire comedy career. Since I was 23 years old, I've had people who have come up to me after shows where I do not mention Seinfeld at all. And they'll come up to me and be like, I loved Seinfeld. And I'm like, I am 29 years old. And it's like, I don't know what the deal with that is. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but yada, yada, yada. I don't like you anymore. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I worked hard on that impression. I deserve applause there. Hope you guys applaud immediately for the next thing I say, too. I have lost 22 pounds in the last 2 months. Thank you. Thank you. You're going to figure out that wasn't that impressive very soon. I lost this weight by doing 2 things. I've lost by doing 2 things. Number 1, I cut out sugar for the last 2 months. And what I found out is that I'm never doing that again. I hate it so much. I am not a good human being when I'm not on sugar. Like they tell you, you can become addicted to sugar. But what they don't tell you is that if you don't have sugar, you can become addicted to hating everyone and everything. Where's that study that needs to be done? Like, honestly, it's been 2 months. I would cut one of you for a Skittle right now. I would. I would be like, I know the first color of this rainbow is about to be red. If you don't back up, Daniel, I'd have done that. I'm sorry, Daniel. Either way, like, it's weird. It's very strange to know that deep down, everything that's making me a good human being, all of my morals are just held together by Toblerones. That is a weird thing to know. The only sugar I've had for the last 2 months is gummy vitamins. That's the only stuff I've had, which is my way of letting you all know my immune system is amazing and the color of my urine is both concerning and wonderful. Honestly, my toilet water is like a kaleidoscope that won't quit turning. It is weird. It is very strange. The other thing that I've done to lose all this weight is I have been on a cleanse for 2 months. And for those of you who don't know what that means, it means I haven't left the bathroom for 2 whole months. Weird stuff happens to you when you're on a cleanse. Like, you guys ever poop? And you can tell that it's the meal that you just ate? but the one before it still hasn't made an appearance yet? Yeah, that's weird. Because it's like there's a game of leapfrog going on in your colon, and corn is always the winner. That's my first ever poop joke, everybody. Thank you. I was worried as a comedian that I would never write a poop joke, but I knew if I just waited long enough, it would come out on its own. Yeah, that's right, I did that. It was worth doing it too. I waited this entire set just to do that poop joke. It is everything that I look forward to every single time I get on stage. I hate even working on other material, if I'm going to be honest. I just want to do that joke. Okay. Like, I am in shape right this second only to trap a woman in a relationship. That's the only reason. Beginning and end of reason. That's it. The second I get into a relationship, I'm getting fat immediately. I am. It's like a reverse Trojan horse with me. The second that you let me in, nothing's coming out, but I'm getting filled with Oreo cookie milkshakes immediately. Carbs are my love language. That is what I'm saying. I want to go back to being lazy at the gym. That's my favorite thing in the entire world. Like, honestly, I once went to the gym, got a bad parking spot, and just left. That was my favorite day I've ever been to the gym. Like, I'm not going to walk uphill just to get on a Stairmaster. That's not going to happen. I don't need that cross-training. Like, honestly, I'm so lazy whenever I go to the gym. Every once in a while, I'll just stand on a treadmill and watch TV. Yeah, it's not running. It doesn't need to be. Because we all know a gym membership is way cheaper than cable, right? Like, that is so much easier that way. I don't know why everybody isn't doing that. The one thing I want in my gym, though, is Netflix. That's the one thing I want in my gym. Just because when they're doing that entrance survey where they ask you, what are your goals for here at the gym? I just want to look a guy in the eye and be like, season 2 of Lost. There's a smoke monster out there. I have a bad feeling about it. And honestly, the only thing I want less of in my gym, and I know this doesn't affect 50% of the audience, or at least I hope it doesn't, I want less naked old guys in my locker room. Yeah, it's not the quantity, it's the consistency that they're there. Because I've been into the gym 3 o'clock in the morning. There will be 6 people working out in the entire gym. 7 naked old guys in the locker room. Every single time. As if they're taking shifts down at the old folks' home, standing up in the middle of bingo hall like, who's got from 3 to 5 a.m.? We truly are the greatest generation. And they always want to chat with me. They always want to chat with me, and it's always conveniently while they're Captain Morganing right next to me. And I'm just trying to tie my shoes in peace. And it's just a bad eye level. It's a bad situation for everyone involved. And they want to tell me, they want to talk to me about how their family doesn't visit them enough anymore, and I don't care. The only thing I want to know from every naked old guy is, why is their hair never wet? Yeah, because it proves they didn't shower, they did not work out. They're just toweling off for sport at that point. What is going on in those locker rooms? My dad and I recently started working out together, so I brought my naked old guy from home. Yeah, that's right. It's fun. And my dad and I, we're trying to connect. And he's trying to connect with me in ways he should know he shouldn't at this point. Like, he tried to take me out goose hunting recently. Like, he tried to make me into a hunter when I am clearly a gatherer. I think that is established at this point. Like, we're out there hunting gooses. Gooses? Geese. We're out there hunting geese. I don't know why I said that. Okay. We're out there hunting geese. We're hunting geese. I wanted to do it again. And here's the thing. Eventually, a goose just landed. Like 100 yards away. It just crumpled up. It just folded. And none of us shot it, by the way. But I was sent out as a search party to go get it. Because I was the young one, they said fetch. And so I go out, and apparently none of us had seen a goose nap before, and I had my gun just in case there was something else I had to miss. But I go up to this goose. I go up to him, and I go to pick him up, and he just gets up and yells at me like, "Nyah!" And I didn't know what to do, so I just punched the goose in the face. And it didn't work, you guys. It bit me really hard on the hand. So then I began running away from this goose with a loaded gun in my hands. Well, my dad's just back at the blind like, yep, that's my boy right there. I'm proud of him. And by the way, for those of you wondering, no animals were hurt in the making of this joke. Unless you count my feelings, in which case, yes, an animal was hurt. That goose left with a lot of my pride and a chunk of my knuckles. And it's true.
Hey, funny man, we don't appreciate that you were so mean to that goose.
Wait, what?
I'm just saying, if you got woken up and then punched in the face, I'd have bit you too. And I think that you should have apologized to it.
It did bite me, and I don't know how to apologize to a goose. No, honey, we're leaving. We're leaving. No. Next time we go to a comedian, we're going to make sure that he has respect for all living creatures. Yeah, that's right. We're going. Screw you. Those things happen from time to time. I'm sorry we all had to watch that, but we don't get to choose who we perform in front of. I have learned that lesson so many different times. You never get to choose your audience. Looking at you over here, Daniel. And that's the thing, is I've been doing stand-up comedy for over 7 years. I've done over 2,000 shows in those 7 years. And good audiences, bad audiences, either way, I'll tell them to their face what they are. Honestly, I get booked all the time where bookers will just call me up and be like, hey, I need a comedian. I'm like, does it pay anything? And they're like, no. And I'm like, perfect, I'll be there. I was booked on a kids show recently. And what I found out that day is I never want to do another kids show ever again. I found out I was on a kids show because typically I carry my camera to record my longer sets and to show my grandma that my dreams are still alive. And so I show up to this large theater, and the man that booked me on the show looked at me, looked at the camera and said, you're gonna want to put that away. And I said, why? And he said, because you're not gonna want to remember that this happened. And that was the man that believed in me most that day. And so now I'm performing in front of 200 children, and I found out how to make 200 children completely silent for 20 whole minutes. And here's a hint. It involves my act and the will to go on. It was so quiet in this large theater that I heard the man that booked me on the show go, boy, he sure is trying out there. And I don't know if you've ever heard something that hurt your feelings echo, but it's the reverb that puts the sting in it. So now I'm doing my best on these kids. I resorted to doing crowd work on kindergartners. It's not what I want to be doing with my comedy career at all, but I was working it until I turned to this 5-year-old girl and I said, so how's a single life treating you? Which I still think is funny. That's a funny thing to say to a kid. But then she turned to me and said, what does single mean? And I was like, I'm not going to tell you how alone I am. That's not how this is going to work at all. Then she made a pause happen in an already silent room when she looked at me and made me explain, I don't have a wife. I don't have a girlfriend. And then it just fell silent for longer until eventually she just looked up at me and said, But how could you be so old and have no one that loves you? Finally, a reason to cry myself to sleep at night. And from there, I heard the man that booked me on the show go, "Ha!" And that was the second time I heard something that hurt my feelings echo. So it's been very nice to be here, and I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you all so much. That is the end of my time. I thank you all. I very much appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. This has been an absolute honor to shoot my special here. It has been thank you. I very much appreciate it. You all have a wonderful night. So much. You all have a wonderful night. So cool. Oh, hey, man. What's up? Hi, Robert. Congratulations on your special. I am acting president of comedy. Acting president of comedy? What happened to the other president of comedy? It's presidents of comedy. I'm sorry. Hey, what happened to the presidents of comedy? Was a horrific pratfall accident. I'd prefer not to talk about it. I'd even bring it up. What are you here for? I came to present to you your very own picture on the wall. God, I've always wanted that. That's so great. Thank you so much. Really welcome, Robert. You've completely earned this, and we put it in a portrait that isn't showing that you're compensating for anything. My gosh, that's so perfect. And I have the perfect spot to show I am not above anyone else. Everyone knows comedians that hang their own pictures on the wall totally deserve it. Boom. Now that I've accomplished everything I wanted to, I just want to show there are all these great comedians. I've totally become a part of the echelon that is all of them. What a great and wonderful moment for this whole thing to be over.